the right bitch. No lefty, walking my truth, don't fuck with my step team, crawl for you walk, run it, catch me, got a sharp tongue, spit it, machete.
Що з українським прапором робиш, а?
How?
Yeah, they decided that's what he's gonna do. He just fucking clocked him. Oh. What the fuck? And then he takes his fucking wallet. I'm like, what the fuck? Hell no. And then, see, that was very clocked me, the first clock.
Yeah, your glasses on too.
Yeah, he ruined my glasses. They're destroyed. She's getting the wallet, and my money is coming out of my pocket. See? Fuck all the fucking money.
Ay, Joanna.
My money. Did his face get busted when he was on the ground?
Bro, yeah, I think the tackle, because when he hit me, there's a judo move that takes someone to the ground, and that's all I did.
Yeah.
And so you see his face was in the ground, so then I slowly turned him over. Oh yeah, I got the whole fucking thing.
Oh my god, wait, I need this action.
Oh, no,
She's like stepping on him.
Yes, queen.
She's like, fuck this.
Your name is Mark Cooper. You're 47 years old. You were born and raised in Texas, in a small town of under 2,000 people. Your home was very conservative Christian Southern Baptist. You currently live in a Texan suburb north of Dallas. You are 7 years out of the closet. You came out at 40 years old. And here's the kicker. You didn't come out for you. You came out for a man. Your exact words were, because I found a man that was actually worth coming out for. Being with him was that important to me. Was he the guy that you married and then divorced? As you say, everyone's got their stories, so I'm not looking to divorce shame. But when cis gay white men identify themselves as gay and Christian, and then be transphobic, I'm gonna do whatever the fuck I want. So best I can tell from you, you've been emotionally and probably physically abused your whole life under the guise of Christianity. You were never taught to value yourself, which is why it took you till 40 years old to come out. And even when you did, the only thing that you said about it is that somebody else was worth you coming out, because clearly you yourself are not worth it to you. Which makes sense when you tally up the fact that you've been Christian your whole life. And by the way, just to solve another question that you have, because the best that you can say is that you think God still loves you because you're gay, or at least you hope so. If a person makes you and then says, if you don't love me, I'm gonna light you on fire forever, that's not love. Because you don't love yourself. Hard to see, but I've just solved the question for you. You're welcome. Now back to you and your transphobia. See, Mark, stunted baby gay Mark, as I've said to other gays like you, the heteronormative world around you is never gonna pick you. Misgendering people at baseline just to be transphobic does not mean that they pick you now. They may pick your language, they may use your language to hurt other people in our community, but they're never gonna pick you. You are different, you are not as good as them. It doesn't matter how hard you try, it doesn't matter how much ignorance you demonstrate. The people you're trying to please with a comment like this, with such ignorance, they're never gonna pick you. I don't use the word ignorant loosely. You yourself said that you're from a small town under 2,000 people. Texas of all places. Conservative Christian. None of that is science-based. Do I expect you to know a lot of things? No, I don't. Do I expect you to keep your mouth shut and not say things that are untrue? Yeah, I do. See, I know that a lot of Southern conservative Christians love to just push their own narratives on queer people, but there is science-driven data to help you understand transgenderism. And because it's 2023, time is up, dude. You have no more grace to not know about the things that you're speaking on. And by the way, I don't give a shit that you're a parent. As I said to the other transphobe in a previous video that I made, your being a parent does not license you to use transphobia freely. See, you're not actually wanting to protect kids in this. Don't get me wrong, I'm sure you love your kids and grandkids, but you're just ignorantly using your parenthood to push hate on people that don't deserve it. The basis of your argument is incorrect. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. And there's no data to show that they are grooming or essaying children. However, because you are a Christian, because we have data on this, you are more dangerous to children in bathrooms than trans people are. Stop projecting. Grow up.
So y'all don't get to say anything when this face walks into a woman's restroom in Kansas.
Y'all don't get to say anything when this fist meets your face. Because if you walk into a bathroom with my daughters, I'm gonna walk in right behind you. Have a nice day.
Wow, Jimmy Peterson, you know, I kind of agree. If more men would just beat the shit out of sexual predators, maybe someone would have been able to stop you from raping your 17-year-old babysitter. So I guess you know what you're talking about. You're kind of an expert on the sexual violence that young women face.
I really hope this video reaches people in America, because I do not want you fooled by what your mainstream news media is promoting. We, the British people, the majority of the British public, are very aware that Prince Andrew and King Charles have been very heavily associated with paedophile rings. Prince Andrew very heavily associated with the horrific trafficking paedophile network of Jeffrey Epstein, and has also spent millions of pounds of taxpayers' money to try and evade justice that he will never evade. It will catch up with him in the end. Then we have King Charles, who is very heavily associated with a known paedophile called Jimmy Savile, who unfortunately did not pay justice on this earth, but I'm sure is paying it in the next life. We do not condone £100 million spent on the King's coronation and all of the poverty that is going on within the UK at this time, while they are spending taxpayers' money on this celebration of a king who has been known to be heavily associated with paedophiles. We are very aware this is not what the general British public think. The majority of houses are not flying British flags. It's only the very few people who cannot open their minds enough to accept what has happened within our country, and it is quite frankly most likely still happening. We really are getting to the point now where we believe that people who are in the organisations that are meant to be protecting our democracy and meant to be protecting children from the likes of child trafficking are actually failing in their job. We're very aware of what is happening. Do not be fooled by the mainstream media, because trust me, over here we are not.
There's something strange in my mind. Situation is serious. The joy calls are running out of time. She's all so beautiful.